Man, I don't know about you guys, but every day that passes and we get one day closer to preseason beginning and then the regular season starting, I just can't wait. I'm super excited about it. And then awesome things like this happen, which of course this is the thing in the past because this happened a few days ago, but you had the Hall of Fame game with the Detroit Lions getting absolutely throttled by the Los Angeles Chargers. Okay. I'm not putting too much stock into this game by any means, but what it is a sign for is, their depth chart. Okay. So when you take a look at the quarterback position, Jared Goff is obviously their starter there. And anytime you take away starting quarterback, with the exception of Green Bay, because they showed that Malik Willis is certainly able to step in and win us some games, buy us some time before Jordan Love gets back. But if Jared Goff goes out for whatever reason and you have to lean into Kyle Allen or Hendon Hooker, the Detroit Lions are in a heap of trouble. Okay. Combined, they had 3 interceptions. They looked awful. That makes me happy. I can't stand the Detroit Lions, and this just is one step closer to my excitement of the season starting. Okay. So the Green Bay Packers just made a smart signing, and I really like this signing. Who are we talking about? Corey Valentine, a familiar face, comes back to Green Bay. I know a lot of fans did not like Corey Valentine's departure, all of that stuff. So he's back. Okay. So again, this is a familiar face for Jeff Halfley. I really love the signing. I think it's a great move for the Green Bay Packers. I think it's a great move for Brian Gutekunst to go out there and bring in Corey Valentine. They released Gregory Jr. in doing that, and I think Corey Valentine, obviously, he's shown that, this dude can play if he needs to. I mean, he's can also play special teams, all of that stuff. But he was with the practice squad and the active roster from 2022 to 2024 for the Packers. Over the last 3 seasons with the Packers, he's appeared in 37 regular season games with 7 starts, 3 postseason contests as well. Valentine set career high tackles with 39, and then solo tackles at 27, passes defense 7. He had an interception. He's had a decent career with the Green Bay Packers, and also he was with the Lions. He was with the Jets. I think he, also spent some time with the Falcons and Cardinals. But all of that being said, you're looking at a guy. You're talking about a guy here that is familiar with Jeff Halfley's system, and iron sharpens iron. Anytime you can get guys in the room that are going to push you. Corey Valentine is a familiar face there. Carrington Valentine is familiar with Valentine and knows that this dude is familiar with Halfley's system and all of that. So this is only going to force everybody to just step it up, play better. You take a look at the linebacker position, you take a look at the offensive line. There's a lot of depth happening right now. A lot of people competing for positions right now, and I think it's only going to be a very good thing. Okay, so speaking of the cornerback position, it says right here in this article that back in the slot, the last 2 years, Hobbs was closer to playing the way that he showed his rookie season, which made it curious when the Packers said that they believed that he could play inside and outside for them. Hobbs has drawn attention in training camp so far for his time of overzealous style, which we've talked about that before. Man, I would much rather a dude that's going to be out there pushing himself, pushing the guys around him to play better. If an injury happens to come about because of that, I would much rather a guy be practicing too hard than too little, because how you practice is how you're going to play. I'm sure a lot of you listeners out there maybe have been involved in sports or even coached in sports. I've done that as well. And man, I can't stress enough, man, you're telling all of these young players to be like, hey, listen, how you practice is how you're going to play. Bring it. I don't care how athletic you think you are. You got to bring it. Okay. So it goes on to say that, but each time Matt LaFleur and Bright Coons, they talked to Nate Hobbs, and they've emphasized how important that his energy is felt out there, his play style is felt out there. And he's played on the perimeter and in the slot so far in camp, and seems to have hit the ground running for his new team for the second year in a row. The Packers may strike gold, obviously referring to Xavier McKinney, Josh Jacobs, by betting and providing a more prosperous environment than the Los Angeles Raiders. Okay, so then you've got Carrington Valentine. It seems to be getting better and better all the time. I'm so excited to hear that because the former seventh round draft pick, who I absolutely loved in Carrington Valentine, I love this dude. I thought when he had to step in for an injured Jair Alexander, I was like, this dude has something special out there. He should be playing more. So I love now that he has the opportunity to be like, okay, this job is mine to lose. He's going to be out there and signing a guy like Corey Ballantyne, a guy that's familiar with Jeff Hafley's system, is only going to help him to play better. And then you have Keyshawn Nixon, who seems to be stepping up. Okay, so anytime that a bar is set for this guy, he seems to be jumping over it. And here's the thing: I'm not a big Keyshawn Nixon fan in the sense of a starting cornerback role position on this Packer defense. I don't think that makes a great defense, but who knows? I mean, the dude has proved me wrong in the past before. Keyshawn Nixon, he's great at rushing the passer. I love it when they send blitz packages for Keyshawn. I think he can get to the quarterback in a hurry. I think he's the best of the D backs out there when it comes to putting some pressure on the quarterback. And this dude has been looking good so far as well. So I absolutely love it. I want you guys to leave your comments and let me know your thoughts. I think bringing a guy like Corey Ballantyne back to Green Bay is only going to help when you look over the whole trajectory of the season. I think it's going to prove that, hey, if a guy goes down, you've got a guy in Corey Ballantyne that is familiar with everything going on in Green Bay. And I think it's only going to bode well for them the rest of the season. Leave your comments. Let me know. I'm excited. And as always, go Pack Go.